Hey, guys.
Hi.
What's up?
You tell me.
It's just, it's Monday. How's everyone feeling?
I'm good. A little tired.
Yeah? Big weekend.
Big weekend. I'm still hungover from Friday.
Yeah, that was one of those hungover for the rest of the weekend things.
Yes.
Shout out to Revolve.
Yeah.
And also, you guys went Tenderfest. We both stopped at an art gallery.
With Devon's.
And then straight into Revolve Party Fest.
It was really interesting to see. Like,
And Dee might have been at Avenue. There's rumors.
Might or might not. I don't know if I trust his alibi.
We did a chicken tender festival.
Yep.
An art gallery with a lot of influencers there.
A lot.
And then the Revolve Fest, which felt like Revolve Awards, which felt like the Oscars of fashion meets.
Yes. One
Hot
thing I gotta
girls.
say is I think their Revolve Fest at Coachella felt right on the verge of its own festival, and then Revolve Awards felt right on the verge of a legit, real, televised.
To me, it should be on YouTube,
It
because
should.
a lot of people are asking how do you watch it?
So
I would
Morgan
have watched
Stewart,
it.
who was on the pod a few
Yeah.
weeks ago, she was the host.
She was the Billy Crystal.
I'd like to think we helped, middleman
Facilitate that, yeah.
Maybe they heard her on
We gave
group
her the
chat,
cosign.
and they were like, "Oh, top of mind. Let's
Top of
have
mind.
Just saying.
I mean, it was so well done. I didn't go to the awards. You didn't go to the awards,
No.
right? No. We just went to the party.
Yep.
I got to the party. When I got there, I think the awards had just ended.
Yep.
And the people were coming from the awards area to the party. And the line was 1,000 people
Really out front?
out front. And I just went right to the front and I said, I'm with Michael. And they're like, Michael who? Like Mente. And they're like, all right, come on in.
That worked.
Yeah.
Good work. They didn't even double check.
What do you mean?
They didn't double check. They said, "All right, whatever. We trust him."
Yeah, I don't know how many people are dropping Michael's name. Or it was so early in the night.
Yeah. That's good. Risa probably wouldn't work. You say I'm with Risa?
No, because
back
every
of the line.
influencer.
Everyone's trying that.
Yeah. And I didn't say Michael Mente. I just said Michael.
Yeah, you should have said Mike. That probably would have been
Yeah,
straighter.
yeah. And then they were like, "What's your name? Are your name on the list?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's on the list."
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was good. And I was actually really thankful. The CFO stopped me and said
yeah,
hi.
I talked to him.
And, we're fresh off an episode.
Oh, how'd that go?
It went
Good. He
great.
was like, "You know what? You're fair and balanced. I understand."
Yeah, you got to do what you got to do. Because they all listened to almost every episode. And,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do. Well, that was fair journalism.
Yeah.
But anyway, great time. I'll just start with that, and then I want to hear about Tenderfest. But they crushed it. I mean, like I said, it feels like it felt like you were at some sort of televised, super legit.
I felt underdressed, and I got dressed
mega
up,
underdressed.
but I should have worn a suit.
Well, yeah, because it was black tie for the awards.
Yeah.
But then
And
it said party attire for the party.
Yeah, but are the people from the awards
I
changing?
know.
Of course not.
No, they're not. But I wore a baseball hat and a bomber
Your
jacket.
white T-shirt.
Yeah. And but
Gilly was dressed like a homeless person when I saw him,
which is good. You can count on that.
and he was flicking me off, talking shit to me. So he looked like a bum.
Yeah, F you, Gilly. I love how Gilly got kicked off the stage during the St. John performance.
Yeah, where
Isn't that his guy?
Yeah, but he's
still,
not the star.
I think security had a rule, I don't care, literally no one. And Gilly hopped up and did a little dance, and then security pulled him off.
But I'm assuming St. John gets those gigs because of Gilly.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
So
At one
security
point,
should
Gilly
probably,
literally screamed to St. John, "One more song. Risa wants to hear it, and she's the one who signs your check, so you better do it."
Wow.
That's a boss move.
And he was like, "All right," he said, "Risa, but I did one more song."
Yeah, because I saw you were really close to the stage. Were
Yeah,
you
we were
on stage?
literally at the front of the
It was a
stage.
very small party. It wasn't there wasn't thousands of people. It felt
Right.
pretty intimate.
Yeah.
You ran into a lot of people. Ran into a lot of people that listened to the pod, which was awesome. Here's the biggest takeaway I got from it. Everyone always says influencers are dead.
Yeah.
Influencers are dead if you're doing the same thing what everyone was doing 5 years ago.
Yeah.
If you're doing what they're doing, which has completely evolved the whole thing,
Yeah.
because they're also responsible for creating a lot of these influencers to who they are.
Yeah.
And now you've created this platform where I saw some of the women walking around there. They're very powerful women just walking around with their award.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, this is insane.
I mean, the girls that were on stage presenting and accepting awards and whatever, are all the biggest, and including Victoria's Secret model, Rosie
Yes.
Huntington Whitley. And
win Icon of the Year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Crazy. But how genius is it to like you use influencers for your business. How genius is it to then go an extra step, create a whole awards ceremony? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure their impressions from Friday were bananas.
And every woman's outfit was for sale.
Yes.
It's genius.
Genius. And the thing is it didn't feel shitty. It didn't feel like influencer awards. Like,
No.
great. This is
Yeah.
like, it felt so legit. It looked
Yeah.
so legit. And all those girls are tagging Revolve.
Yeah.
And saying thank you. And this is so amazing. You have Victoria's Secret models and influencers and Shay Mitchell and
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It was really
It's
cool.
really smart because we talk about how dead the traditional award shows all the time are.
yeah.
Like they're just all terrible.
Yeah.
No one cares. No one cares who wins.
Yeah.
This is actually for the people.
Yeah, that shit. Do they not like stream that anywhere? Do you
It
know?
was on there, so I went and rewatched all their Instagram stories
Yeah,
on Sunday.
me too.
And saw that the awards was there. I don't know if it's going to live on YouTube,
Yep.
but I'm sure millions of people would watch it if it was on.
Yeah, that should be like on their site. I mean, correct me, it might be, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying like that. It just feels like the whole set decoration and like they would literally be like, and next up, blah blah blah, and then like cut to like music playing and
Yeah.
like it was produced.
Yeah, because I was talking to Morgan earlier. She's like, "What song do I come out to?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Yeah, every single person of the song, this, that." I was like, "Wow."
Yeah, the Young and Reckless event, you just have to yell at the DJ.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the
Play St. John.
Who
Yeah,
DJ'd the party?
Brittany Sky. Yeah.
Okay.
she's a super cool.
I'll tell you my
girl.
one bone to pick.
Huh.
I wouldn't mind a few more dudes.
You want to know what I was wondering? Here's what I was wondering.
It felt uncomfortable. There was
yes. Here's what I was wondering. How? This is a real question, and
Good
I
thing
gotta
you
ask
bring
them
Pete.
this
We might
Yeah.
have caught a case.
Yeah.
for real. For real.
I'll
People
come
like
next time.
Pete can't be allowed at events
No,
like
and so
that.
that's my question is
Okay.
how, when you have all these girls, when every guy now in LA knows that Revolve events are where all the prettiest girls in the city are, in the world are, how, and they all have boyfriends, and how do they keep the dudes out?
They just don't. They're not allowed. They're not invited.
But do you think they tell girls
Like when I went to
no,
the line, there was 1,000 girls, and there was no dudes.
But how
They're
was
like,
all
oh,
the
this old
LA?
Indian guy probably belongs. He probably knows someone
Yeah,
important.
He's probably
Screw
like
it.
in accounting.
Yeah, he's probably a C something.
Investment banker.
CFO, yeah, probably whatever. That's why all the regular like LA party guys that we know that are
Would
everywhere.
love
with
to
the-
be in that room.
How are they not weaseling in there?
Yeah, you didn't see them? The total
None.
schmucks?
I saw
The
one or
typical
two schmucks.
Maybe one or two schmucks, but literally schmuckless.
Yeah.
Which is insane because you
Yeah.
know what's
Those
in there.
weasels were
Yeah.
coming in.
And those weasels can get in anywhere. They keep them out, man.
Yeah.
It's
The security must be tight there.
yeah, it's almost uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It's too many girls.
Yeah. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. But I will say the one thing I was talking to Kareen about it is they really create an environment where girls can get super dressed up, look super pretty, and like dance and have the time of their lives and not feel like they're gonna get hit on
Yeah.
or like assaulted
Yeah.
by Hollywood
Yeah,
stars.
yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? It's really
'Cause
safe.
you could do that at a nightclub. if
Yeah.
You really want.
Yeah, if you're trying to get as lightly assaulted,
Yeah, go to Hyde, go to Warwick.
any other party. It's like a safe zone. Yeah. Anyway, how was Tenderfest?
It was really cool. I went with my son right when it opened at 5. We walked in, and my son locked in eyes immediately on a chicken.
An actual chicken?
An actual chicken. He was dancing around in a costume.
Oh,
A big chicken.
got it.
Maybe 6-foot chicken.
Got it.
Maybe
I thought you
6
meant
like
there
a
was real
mascot,
chickens
you
there.
A mascot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, that seems kind of messed up to have real chickens there.
Yeah. Just
You're like,
chopping
here,
it.
yeah.
So we walk in, and he's freaked out by seeing this chicken.
Oh.
But he's locked in and just intrigued? Or
No, he was
just-
scared.
Like
And
locked
then-
in, like there's the enemy.
And then
Got it.
as the evening, we only stayed there for an hour. We went and walked around. Dom loves Delilah chicken fingers.
I saw that he really chose Delilah.
Over
Yeah.
the others. Did he try the others?
The other ones were spicy from what I heard. I obviously don't eat meat, so I don't know. But
I think Dom just knows how to like politic.
He's
young.
already got the
Yeah.
game down.
He knows
Is
I'm
he-
gonna need a table.
I'm gonna need that rest.
Yeah.
so he has his Delilah. There was Dante's, which is a vegan option that I tried. And then finally, like he was so obsessed with this chicken that time was getting late. I was like, I gotta go. So we leave. And then I think Anand came right after I left.
Yeah, so I came around 7:40, 7:30,
Got it.
and the event was incredible.
Yeah.
It was a great crowd in
Packed,
the middle
huh?
of Beverly Hills, slammed.
They think,
And it's all everyone you know.
yeah.
So like you walk around, you're running into everyone you know.
But they got all their friends to buy tickets.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like 700. The moment you have food, people for some reason feel okay to
Plus,
pay for
I just
food.
think when you're doing well, like they are,
Yeah.
like you want to be
People
on
have-
their good side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of like donating to their charity.
Exactly.
You know, like,
Like,
oh, John's doing something.
I'll go buy
Oh, yeah.
tickets.
Everyone's like, if John sees you, he's more likely to call you a stallion next time he sees you.
Yeah,
in
you're
Iowa.
trying to get that stallion pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to pay full
It
price.
was really, really well done. There was no lines. It was super easy getting in.
Did you try the vegan chicken?
I did.
It's
Dante's,
great. It was
yeah,
great.
It was great. The merch was fire.
Merch was fire. We bought a bunch.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
We
And
did.
then
Yeah.
Great.
Amanda was wearing a Tenderfest.
Oh yeah,
sweater.
yeah. I was wondering what that was. They had a dessert station.
Open bar.
Open bar. It was really well done.
Yeah.
J-Dub was DJing.
J-Dub crushed it. And
that's
then
good.
let's tie full circle with the chicken. This poor guy.
This is why this story is really interesting.
Oh, the chicken comes back?
The chicken comes back.
So,
So-
he was freaking dumb out, and I was like, man, fucking chicken.
Yeah.
And then Anand sends me this later in the evening.
So it's getting towards the end of the night. People have all had a bunch of drinks.
Yep.
J-Dub's playing Ghost Ride the Whip.
Yep.
And there's some like dudes in there that can really dance, doing like Oakland style, like they're crushing it.
And it looks like a dance circle.
Yeah, it's like a dance circle, and we're all just watching and just like having drinks, videotaping. Like, oh, this is really cool. We're at a chicken festival in Beverly Hills, and people are ghost riding the whip. Like,
Yeah.
this is like just
This
a
is
weird
great.
moment.
Yeah. So much culture in here.
yeah.
So the chicken starts trying to like get
Ghost
in the
ride.
mix with these guys that can actually do all like the cool dance moves, and he's doing his thing, and he just collapses to the ground and starts tapping his knee, like waving, like it was like KD going down in the finals.
The chicken blew an ACL?
Yes, yes,
No.
Yes.
The chicken blew his knee out. Oh my God. You saw the whole thing?
we have it on video. I sent it to Pete. It's gonna be on Instagram. It was.
It's insane.
I felt so bad because I'm like, this poor chicken probably didn't pay a ton. And
Pick
he's-
up paid $100.
And he's
The
walking.
chicken's probably a waiter at Delilah.
Yeah.
And he walked out with the torn ACL. But to the chicken's credit,
Oh my God.
so I'll tell you two different things. So BHPD is so efficient. They cleaned up the scene. Like
They're like, we're not having this chicken ruin this party.
No way.
they got him up. The mask comes up because he couldn't scream because no one could hear him through the mask because he was like right.
What a nightmare. Imagine if you're the chicken. That's the worst nightmare.
So he takes off the mask and all the girls like think he's cute. So they're all like hollering at the dude. It was just
Who's writhing in pain on the ground in a chicken after? Oh my.
He might get late because of it.
Oh my. Okay, so they got him out of there. And did you ever get like a post-game report of what happened?
confirmed torn ACL.
Oh my God.
It's insane, right? It's literally the most insane story I've ever heard.
Can you imagine? Like I always joke about like, not that I would anyway, but like that's why I don't even at 32, I don't think I'll be playing any pickup basketball games
No.
because you can blow an ACL or something
Yeah.
like that. And
You can't even ghost ride the whip.
Imagine you're just a chicken trying to ghost ride the whip, and
Yeah.
now you're out for 6 months.
A year.
A year, because you're not getting the NBA therapy. You're getting the
Yeah.
chicken therapy.
Yeah,
You know what? The chicken will probably be back for the season just in time for next year.
Next year. They have to bring
They
him
have
back.
to bring him back.
They gotta
He should get a standing
a
ovation.
standing ovation. He
Oh
limps
my
back on.
God. Okay.
And Dee thought it was karma for scaring Dom.
I mean, it seems to add up. I'm just saying. Oh my God. Okay. Well, great. What a great, eventful Friday, and congrats to all of our friends. And I just want to say I'm very grateful to have friends that are doing such cool shit. Because the other thing that we both went to, Dee, was Devin Desjardins, who we've worked with for Young and Reckless. Young guy. Artist, started trying to paint and stuff like that. We were working with him, and he was just kind of like so focused on the painting stuff, it just didn't really work out. And it's like, do your thing. And he had a gallery at like one of the sickest galleries on Crescent Heights in Beverly, filled with like FaZe Banks and Father Kells and all the influencers.
And looked like old rich people buying art.
And old rich people also buying art. So congrats to him. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to see like a young dude make it in sort of the art world in LA. It's
really
very,
hard.
very hard.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Good for him. He's a good kid.
yeah, I'm glad we have friends doing cool stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. How about some news?
Yeah.
Let's talk about Prince Andrew and his sketchy ties to Jeffrey Epstein.
Mm-hmm.
He had an interview with the BBC, and they decided to ask him, how about your old friend Jeff? And it was pretty awkward. It seems, I don't know. It seems like you should have this prepped by now. Even if you were involved, and I'm not condoning it, but even if you were involved in some sketchy shit, shouldn't you have like 7 different ways to avoid or dodge or whatever this question?
This guy shouldn't have done the interview. No one was asking him to go on BBC and do this interview. He did it like he thought it was a good idea.
And then he bombed it.
This is Prince Andrew. He's so high profile in England. It's part of the royal family. They typically don't get good press. Like, shut up.
Shut up.
Stay the hell out of the press. Instead, he and the reporter, for the reporter's credit, was aggressive and was like asking the right questions. And one of the things they were talking about was when he had, there was alleged that he had sex with Virginia Roberts, who was a young woman at the time, like 16, 17 years old. And he denied it all. And he said, well, one of the things the liaison said was that, or Virginia Roberts had said that Prince Andrew was very sweaty. And he said, I had a medical condition at that time and I couldn't sweat. And then
Really?
There was another thing that he had a date with her at Pizza Express in a part of town. Pizza Express is like their fast food pizza place.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's an unusual thing for me to do, a very unusual thing for me to do. This guy is just going down and down the line of questioning and answering questions so poorly. He admits to staying with Jeffrey Epstein many occasions. He said he hung out with him a couple times a year for a long time. He's literally admitting to everything.
Yeah, and he has no justification. He's
Yeah,
just
what was his
open.
reason?
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
I
I
stayed with
read-
him. Why? He was a
They're
great
buds.
guy outside of the whole kid thing?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What an idiot.
I'm still blown away. Like, they're overturning dictatorships around the world, right? Countries and populations that just think that, you know, the establishment just has too much power and takes too much money from the country.
Yeah.
How does the royal family still exist?
People care about him.
No, I know people care about them, but do the British people just use that as like a pride thing?
Okay.
Because they serve no purpose.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna go really stupid question again.
All they do, they're figureheads for England.
Okay.
And they do
So they're like the
philanthropy.
Kardashians for us.
Yes.
Yes.
I know that's exactly right.
Oh my God.
And I would argue that the Kardashians are more influential.
Yeah, with purchase decisions, probably.
Purchase decisions, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Meghan Markle can sell clothes.
Well, I think. Well, so the
Meghan
only
Markle can sell
Yeah,
clothes.
yeah, yeah. But she's, new. And
the only justification in my mind is that it's England's version of soft power because people care about the royal family.
Yeah.
So like,
Globally.
just keep globally.
'Cause
People
if
in
you
the
got
US are
rid of them,
obsessed.
if you got-
like our cousin's obsessed with the royal family. Her
Yeah.
kids are obsessed with the
Don't
royal
you think
family.
it's just
They
an
have posters of these
identity
people.
thing? Like, it's just this is something that makes us uniquely us.
Yes.
Is that we
Yeah.
have this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they serve no purpose in governing.
For
they
sure.
don't make any decisions.
But it's just
Like
They
when
just
we talk
like
about
that it's
Brexit,
unique.
have we heard from?
the Queen.
Have we heard from anyone?
No. But we can hear
We
from
get
this guy on
Prince
frickin'
Andrew on
Jeffrey
BBC.
Epstein.
Yeah, but these are all government funds.
Yeah.
That's funding his PJs back and forth to hang
And
out
by
with
the way,
Epstein.
that palace in Buckingham looks pretty big.
And it's in the
Big.
heart of London.
Real big. Looks
You
like
took
prime
some
real estate.
photos.
I did. When we went to London after your bachelor party, I went straight to the palace.
So the only thing it's
Well,
like
that's
this
why
is,
it's good.
this is our
That's
soft
right. See,
power.
that's where I went.
This is our soft power. We'll let it happen. I'm surprised at because they're so worried about Brexit. Like, hey, why don't you just look down the street?
Yeah.
Why don't you sell the land?
Yeah, I just think
To
it's something
some
that makes
Arabs
them
and pay
uniquely
everyone.
them, right? Like, it's just there, like, it's our thing.
Yeah, I
Right.
get why they have it. It's good for their PR as a country.
It's
People
good for
are obsessed with
tourism.
it. Yeah, people are obsessed with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Every
It's
corner.
just funny to me.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, well,
it.
you know what's not funny? This guy getting caught up in an interview about frickin' Jeffrey Epstein. So I got an idea, Prince Andrew. Just shut up.
Shut up.
Gosh. Okay, anyway, speaking of our royal family, the Kardashians, there was a little bit of drama about them over the week. The Kardashian sisters, Khloe, Kourtney, Kim, did a photo shoot to promote their beauty line, KKW fragrance called Diamonds Collection. And everything was great. You know, they're looking all great and glamorous and royal family-ish. They're just draped in diamonds. There happens to be a problem with one of the diamonds in particular. Kim's ring, which was allegedly stolen in Paris, looks like it's being worn in the photo shoot.
Yeah.
So it leads us to the question: did she get a replacement? Is it a fake? Is the whole robbery a fake? What's going on here?
That's what I really want to know, because it's a $4 million ring. Could they have found it? Sure, they could have found it. I also think if they had found it, it would have been an episode. They wouldn't have missed out on making that televised experience.
Yeah.
This family capitalizes on everything. For it to magically reappear, I think if it was to reappear, it would have also been a segment on a show. Kanye felt so bad of what happened to me, he rebought me the ring. He's got the money. He can buy a $4 million ring. And then all of a sudden the ring just reappears with no... Like, this family, things just don't happen. We know everything about them. Everything is calculated. That's why this just smells a little fishy.
I would like and hope to give them the benefit of the doubt, because they talked about tying up Kim, right?
Yeah.
And there was potential assault. We don't know for sure.
Yeah. I'm not even saying that it didn't
And
happen.
maybe they just were like, we'll give this one the pass.
Yeah.
We don't need to make money off this traumatic experience from Kim.
They talked about it.
We talked about it.
On the show.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, they absolutely did. They made lots of money off of that.
Yeah. It's not like they just denied that it happened.
Yeah,
I would like to think there's some decency.
But would you be, if you faked it, would you be so stupid?
It's like Jussie Smollett, right? He got caught. So if you're going to fake it on the global scale in Paris and you get caught, I feel like they would have been exposed.
Maybe it happened, but the ring was never actually stolen.
But are you stupid enough to wear it in a campaign? It's in 5 of these photos.
Yeah.
I just don't think they're that stupid. I think it's just similar.
I think it's similar.
But they would talk about it then. Every gift that these people get from their significant others is on TMZ.
But I think she went out and just bought a similar one.
They would make it. They would make it a thing because the jeweler would give them 50% off. I'm telling you, nothing is just done with this family.
I agree, but man, I guess robberies could be fake. Anything could be fake. I don't.
There was a robbery that was fake. Jussie Smollett was fake.
Yeah, but it got exposed so quickly, and he's nobody.
Yeah, well, he wasn't as...
But he doesn't have as many people.
His operation wasn't as tight as the Kardashians.
He
He had a
picked up
Subway
some-
sandwich and a
Yeah, he's
rope.
like, I got robbed. I'm getting a sandwich.
He had black friends act like white MAGA
Like he
people.
couldn't afford to get white friends?
Like step
to do this?
one, at least have fake
So
white
if
people.
you're saying the Kardashians hired the CIA, say let's
It all could be.
Yeah.
Anything's possible.
agree. Anything's
Seems a little
possible.
fishy.
I'd like to give them the benefit.
I also wouldn't doubt them to go buy a replica ring and wear that in the campaign for the press that it would get of people saying it's the same ring.
Right. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's talk about more in the Kardashian West family press machine. Kanye West is fresh off of his big appearance with Joel Osteen. You know, a part of me, for some reason, thought maybe this wouldn't go through. I thought maybe it wouldn't happen. It seemed too crazy to happen, but it did happen, and we have a lot of memorable quotes and moments. I'm sure which a lot more we'll hear about this week, but this one in particular says, Kanye West, if there's an advertisement for a strip club, that is advertising sex trafficking.
Yeah.
So seems like we're going what we'd call off the deep end, and we're just going to go full crazy guy.
They say, he continues to say, at the end of the night when they close up, the manager says, how much traffic do we have? He continued, so if it's a man that's going through things with his family or going through things at work and he feels he has to go there, we all end up participating, or whether it's the spirits that get advertised to us all the time. Alcohol, they call it a spirit. So we get constant advertisement for spirits. Put it like this, the audience was silent after all of this talking.
No.
I mean, like
Meaning they didn't cheer and...
I'm sure parts of it.
Yeah.
I read the interview and I watched a few clips. Yes, there were moments that people cheered. I think there was also moments where people were like,
This guy's crazy.
they just like, I don't know what he's talking about.
I mean,
I'm kind of lost for words here. I mean, especially just because literally a year ago it was the song with Lil Pump.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
was, you're such a fucking hoe. I love it.
Yeah.
And
I
like you
think
in
he's
your
publicly
previous
admitted
girlfriend,
to being addicted to porn.
you're addicted to porn very recently.
Yeah.
Your previous girlfriend was Amber Rose,
Yeah.
stripper.
But he found Jesus.
So
it.
he should
it.
relinquish his whole catalog and not make any money going forward.
He says he's going to re-record it without cursing.
Yeah, but don't make money off all the royalties.
Give it to Jesus.
Yeah, donate that to the church.
Church.
If that happens, then maybe I'll accept that he actually is this new person.
You know what? I like this type of stuff. I like that.
Okay.
You donate all those old royalties, I'm starting to believe you.
Which church?
Whichever one he wants. Joel Osteen.
Give it to Joel Osteen. Give him another
Let him
jet.
get another private jet.
Whatever. It just shows that you are sacrificing.
Yeah.
You can't just
can't
wake
go to
up
the
one
Sunday
morning.
service.
'Cause,
Church.
I mean,
No.
imagine I'm not in the music industry, but I'd imagine the royalties on every hit record he's ever had
it's
is pretty
millions.
substantial every year.
Yeah, it's big. By the way, we didn't talk about it, but did you see there's another Taylor Swift outrage?
Yes.
So I'm guessing we'll probably get more info on it and then we'll give it a proper rundown. But
Yeah.
apparently she's claiming that she's being asked to do all these award shows and these honorary things and whatever, and she can't do it because Scooter's blocking her. So everyone, please spam Scooter again.
So I don't know enough about that part of it, but I do know enough about Elizabeth
She got banned
Warren.
from awards?
She's saying that Scooter is claiming that a live performance of her old music would count as a re-recording, and they don't want her to do any of that, so she can't do it. That's what she said in her Instagram thing.
Oh, wow.
Because here's what's happening. He bought all her masters. Yeah. She's threatening to re-record them, and however the law works, slight alterations or whatever, and now she owns the new masters. So she's claiming that they are saying that a live show would count as a re-recording, and she's still within the contractual terms that she can't do that, so she can't perform any of her old music. Once again, I don't trust anything she says, but that's what she's claiming.
She performed at Singles Day.
And so
in China.
Really?
Can I?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, that probably was like a $10 million check.
Yes, she performed on Singles Day. She opened Singles Day.
Talk about who's down with
So
China.
separate from who's right and who's wrong in the Taylor Swift Scooter Braun feud, what really pissed me off this weekend was AOC and Elizabeth Warren. So they took to Twitter, got their little Twitter fingers, and started talking about how this is the equivalent of private equity companies ruining people's lives, just similar to like Toys R Us and all those people going bankrupt and losing their retail jobs.
Debt.
Is the same as Scooter and Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
Because Scooter Braun has a company that has a minority investor, which is Carlyle Group, which is a private equity company, and they're just like misleading everyone. This has nothing to do with private equity destroying retail jobs and making that an analogy, and they just ran with it.
Because now you got all these Swifties who are probably going to vote for Elizabeth Warren.
And you think for sure Elizabeth Warren knows that she's lying?
Absolutely. AOC may not, but Elizabeth Warren knows. Yeah. Elizabeth Warren's really freaking sharp.
She's smart enough to know I'll take those Taylor Swift votes.
That's not even similar. That's literally not even similar.
They're literally comparing it to Toys R Us and like piling on a company with debt, and then the company doesn't exist because the cash flows don't work and you can't service the debt and all these jobs get lost. That's Taylor Swift and Scooter Braun. Give me a fucking break.
Good for the Swifties. He's right though. If you can claim immigrants are stealing all of our jobs and build that wall and that'll get you elected.
But they don't do it with like the cool enough like
swag.
Like,
yes, you're a Trump voter, man. 2020, Anand's voting for Trump.
No, it's just like the way. I mean, it's just so different. That's not your.
And what's annoying will be Elizabeth Warren will be wearing her team wearing Montclair jacket, Golden Goose shoes, which are all Carlyle companies.
And a Supreme hat.
It's a joke.
Okay, well, we'll see what happens. But it's both annoying. I know that Scooter is a savage, but Taylor Swift is annoying.
She's losing
I don't even
people.
care about the feud. I get madder that these two people who are as big as it gets in the Democratic Party are misleading the public.
That's why your boy Barry O is telling people you better chill on the wokeness for the presidential election because you're not going to win.
Yeah.
He's
going after. It's such a. It's so stupid.
I mean, who would have thought, though? Who would have thought that in this time when Donald Trump is like insane and on the edge of impeachment and crazy as batshit, crazy as ever, that then the Democratic side you also can't really get behind because they lost their shit in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Really, really quickly.
Yeah.
We were watching a press conference the other day with the Turkey Prime Minister and Donald Trump.
Yeah.
And Donald Trump was like, we had a nice conversation and we love the people of Turkey.
It was really good.
He just kept, the way he said Turkey. He kept saying it. I was crying, laughing. He went out of the way to over enunciate Turkey. Turkey. It was the funny. You need to watch this. It's so funny.
I almost feel like that stuff he knows.
Yeah,
He's good at that stuff.
Gosh, okay.
Like he was giving him respect, but he was being condescending.
Yeah, you just shit on everyone. Okay, let's get into some sports. Good news. When there's not a lot of other good news for the Golden State Warriors, there's one piece of good news.
Yeah.
And that is that at least they are up with the times. They know where the future is headed. They are on the cutting edge. They have just passed 1 million followers on TikTok.
They are the worst team in all of sports.
But damn it, they're
And
good
they
at social
spent
media.
$1.6 billion on a new stadium, but they have 1 million TikTok followers now.
I'll take it. I will take it.
The only exciting part is that 63% are female. Maybe those women will watch the game. Maybe they'll pack the seats.
63% are female?
Yes, because they're doing a good job of getting the players inside, like connecting them with music.
Yeah.
And obviously these guys are like very famous.
Yeah.
And you put good songs with it. I think the most genius thing of TikTok is that they were the first to just license the music. Because if you can use, like, I remember when Instagram, when you could add sound, like you couldn't get any good songs for a very long time.
Yep. It's still just janky the way it works.
Yeah.
You know?
And I think, like, at the end of the day, think about it. If we can do an ad with Travis Scott's music, it's better. The ad's better because it's Travis Scott's music.
Right. Every time. Yeah.
So it doesn't even matter what the ad is when you get to use. So in TikTok, we all get to look cooler.
Yeah.
Because, and it's just who takes advantage of it.
Yeah.
Immediately.
Yeah. Shout out to Mikey Taylor who was just on. He just called me. He has 5,000 followers.
Yeah.
And he posted a video yesterday, got 5 million views.
And I don't even understand. So the chair challenge?
It's a chair challenge or something where you like take, for some reason, girls' center of gravity is lower. So you can take 2 steps away from a wall, touch your head to the wall, put a chair up to your chest and stand up where a guy can't.
We need to post that Mikey Taylor video because I'm so confused on the whole thing.
Yeah.
And TikTok claims 1.5 billion installs.
Well, that's a lot.
Yeah.
So future, what can I say?
614 million came from 2019.
1.2 billion came from China.
Yeah.
Listen, if the Warriors are going to suck ass at basketball, at least they have something going for
Yeah,
them.
they got TikTok.
They have a lot of weird girl fans on TikTok that will never watch them play. Okay, next up.
One thing I just want to, on one of the comments on Mikey's video, it just says, I tried it and now my cat's in the microwave.
See, quality people. That's the good thing. You get quality consumers.
Take it 5 million.
Get the Brainiacs.
Okay, I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm going to give it a try. I'll do a duet with Mikey's video. Okay, next up we got to talk about Colin Kaepernick.
Mm-hmm.
Colin Kaepernick had his big workout. Everything's planned. We're talking about it all week. Finally, Colin Kaepernick gets another shot. Jay-Z has some involvement, but it's kind of vague. We get to the day. It's a shit show.
It's chaos.
So what happened? This guy didn't like the terms or something and went and did it at a local high school? Is that what happened?
He pretty much, NFL had said it was a closed door situation.
Okay.
Apparently all teams had committed to coming. The NFL was obviously orchestrating it. He then decides to pull out of that and do his own thing at a local high school.
Like day of,
hours before. And he then decides to invite people, whoever wants to come. Cameras are there, press is there. Pretty much kind of makes it like a circus act. And then,
which is exactly what you don't want.
And then he wears a Kunte Kinte t-shirt.
Okay.
Yeah. He actually looked pretty good. His arm looked decent. Like, you know.
There was that one throw that,
and like everyone kept posting that throw.
There was one throw.
So he looked fine. He looked like he was still in shape at least, right?
Yeah,
Whatever.
Yeah.
The problem is, this is a job, and jobs have rules.
Yep.
If you do not follow the rules, you don't get to work there.
Yep.
I have no sympathy for him. Saying, because Eric Reed, the safety that, who's still kneeling, went and attacked Stephen A. Smith, because Stephen A. Smith, the reporter on ESPN, said Colin Kaepernick messed up. Like, he shouldn't have done this. And Eric Reed pretty much, went after him, saying that, you're a bitch. You're just a NFL crony, whatever.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. Smith just kind of kept attacking him back and saying, like, this isn't how you do business. Yeah. And by the way, you're still collecting a check from the NFL while you're claiming all these issues.
Yeah, Stephen A. Smith is basically saying that we know he doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
He's just trying to keep his name relevant. Because guess what? He gets a job and starts throwing 3 to 4 interceptions a game.
Yeah.
No one's talking about Colin Kaepernick ever again.
Yeah.
No.
But do you think he doesn't want to play and he wants to stay in the limelight?
If he wanted to play,
maybe he's just doesn't know how the game works.
I honestly don't think. I think he was the accidental hero here with the social injustice movement.
Yep.
I don't think he came in with a plan. I think he just like woke up one day and was like, I'm going to do it. There's a reason, in my opinion, I have no insight into how his camp was thinking about things, but he didn't do any interviews after it all happened.
Yeah.
No one actually heard from him. No one actually heard about the way he thought about everything. He publicly said he didn't vote like weeks after kneeling, and everyone's like, you're the social justice warrior and you don't want to participate in elections that dictate how things are decided.
Yeah.
If I'm the NFL, absolutely 100%, you'll never see a fucking field. That's what I would say.
Listen, man, I want to fight for the side of good here, but like,
I'm sorry.
What are you doing? Like, what are you doing?
It's a job. This is not a. This is not.
It's not the Colin Kaepernick show.
Perfect example. You could be the smartest finance guy from Wharton or Harvard or wherever, and you want to go work at Goldman Sachs, and you don't wear a suit to the interview, you are not getting the job.
Yeah.
Or you don't show up with shorts and a t-shirt and whatever you and
you talk slick or you act like an asshole.
They're not going to give you the job.
Yeah. Your skill and your talent is only one portion of what gets you in the room or gets you the job. And this is what Colin Kaepernick doesn't understand. And no one at this point is denying what's going on in the world. Everyone here is supporting what he's saying. But to get people enraged in favor of him because they wanted to have a closed-door workout, what does that prove?
But one thing that we can unanimously agree on here on Group Chat, we've always said it, is if you want the best way to make a change is from having a seat at the table.
Yeah.
So if that means you show up and you do your training the way that you're supposed to do it, and by being an NFL quarterback, you have a chance to make more change because you're relevant, you're doing a good job. That's how you do it. Not by going and trying to show out and make a moment of your practice. Because now what's going to happen is they're going to be like, all right, fuck this guy. Who cares?
What? If I was him,
but no one cares.
If I was him and I wanted to do that, I would have done the NFL workout. The following weekend, I would do another one and say, I want to show the public how good I am. Go get Antonio Brown, who's doing nothing, sitting at home, and say, I'll throw you the ball.
Yeah, but I wouldn't even do that.
But
just shut up and get back on a team if that's what you really want to do.
Yeah, I think it's a farce.
If your whole
I actually
message,
think it's become a complete farce.
I think he doesn't know how. Like, I think he got this identity from being this guy, and I do think it got blown way out of proportion more than he expected when he first started kneeling. And to be honest, I think he likes being Colin Kaepernick now. And I think he likes being controversial, and I think he likes saying "F you" to the man, and you know what I'm saying?
But it's just like a half step.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think he knows what he's doing.
You shouldn't even try to get back in the league if you don't think they want you.
Yeah, if you are that against this institution, don't play for them.
Yeah.
And you're going to take a check from the institution?
Yeah.
Then you have to have more pride than that. This is just misplayed.
He half-stepped it.
Yeah.
You can't be half pregnant here,
No.
Colin.
You take the settlement and tell the NFL and do all these interviews how they're terrible. Don't try to go back into that same league.
Yeah.
Go play football elsewhere.
Yeah. They have European leagues.
Yeah.
CFL.
Okay, well, I have a feeling that's the last we'll hear of the words Colin Kaepernick and NFL again.
Yeah.
And, if it was really real, Jay-Z would have showed up.
Yes, and there's a word, I didn't read enough in depth to give any truth, but it said that Jay-Z is very unhappy with how he handled it.
Of course.
believe
It sounds like Jay-Z said, look, we should definitely give this guy a workout, do what you can. And they did, and then he just did this whole fuckery, and Jay-Z's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, he went off to his fancy gala I saw in Miami.
Which they raised like $6 million in like
I heard every invitation, everyone got a Rolex.
That's true. That's true. They give him Rolex Daytonas every invite.
That's crazy.
Meek got one, DJ Khaled, they all posted.
We didn't get one.
Yeah,
We didn't get
unfortunately, yeah. We're still on the Live Strong bracelet. Okay. All right. Let's get into some serious. You know what? No, let's not. Let's actually pay for the making of this podcast. If we got any ads, run them here. And we're back. Let's talk about some serious news, some politics, world news type stuff. We have some leaked files that are just coming out that are exposing China's weird practices and that included mass detentions of Muslims. Now, I'm going to go full ignorant here. I had no idea that anything like this was going on. Is this something that was kind of known or assumed?
I mean,
It's been known for a while.
Yeah,
I just don't want
really?
to talk about it because we may have to go to China. We may get
Gosh,
arrested.
we got to tread lightly here.
but
We
yeah,
have to issue an apology on Wednesday.
Yeah, it stemmed from a couple instances where people who had family in China that were locked up and when they went to go dig deeper, they kind of found out, and these are like actual Chinese official documents that New York Times has obtained, saying that they've pretty much are holding against their will a bunch of Muslim people. They started kind of thinking about these things post 9/11, and then in 2014 it got a little more serious. Then in 2017, like hundreds of thousands of people were held for long periods of time.
No, it's millions.
Yeah, now it's millions.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now it's millions. And it's not to make light of it when we open. It's a serious.
it's
Like
a
there
hum-
are millions being held
Yes, and essentially concentration camps.
Yeah.
for being Muslim
Yes.
currently.
Currently in China. It's a humanitarian crisis. The problem is, okay, New York Times got balls, and they're going to go and talk about it.
And
no politician's going to talk about it.
no, MBS, the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia, was in China probably I think 6 months ago, saying you have to do what you have to do to protect your country
Yeah.
because Saudi Arabia relies a lot on Chinese money. So even though that it's more relevant to
To
Saudi
him.
Arabia, which is like 99.9% Muslim,
Yeah.
but no one's willing to say anything because
China has
That's wild.
insane power.
China's scary. Gosh, man, I don't blame LeBron. You know what I mean? Interview me tomorrow, I'll say the same shit.
Yeah, they're locking up millions of people. You think, what are they going to do with him?
Gosh. And so obviously there's not a million suspected terrorists, so they're literally just snatching up anyone
Yeah.
who's Muslim in the
I mean, it's unclear
It's
what
been-
the practices are.
it's
but
been going on for a while, and a lot of the world foreign policy podcasts that talk about this stuff
Yeah.
are very vocal, and this is like
unfortunately,
something.
podcasts
Yeah.
don't have power.
Or no, but no, journalists too. Like
True.
it's no secret. It's no secret to any government. This is as public as it gets, but no one
No
wants
one-
to make that the bone to pick
With China.
with China when you have so many different issues. Like
Yeah.
if you're the U.S., you're talking about a trade war.
Yeah.
You'll be like, do I need to worry about your pick and choose your battles,
Yeah.
which is sad. I'm not trying to like minimize how terrible what of the stuff that's going on, but it's just
It's
like
crazy.
That's
Crazy.
Wow. Seems like Trump could use this for re-election. If there's too much beef over the trade war, he'd be like, by the way, these guys have concentration camps, so who's with me now?
Yeah, the problem is his followers aren't fan of people.
That's true. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know, man. This is not... So New York Times is the one who really, spoke out.
I think they're
They
just-
got the leaked
the big
documents to
platform.
prove that the government has.
there's like videos. You
Yeah.
can watch videos. Like, if you go on Twitter, you can go on a deep dive real quickly
yeah.
on this stuff.
Okay, well, touchy frickin' subject, huh?
Yes.
Gosh, it's scary, man.
China's
It really
very
scares
scary.
me when there's any foreign country that we in this country can't speak about.
Yeah.
People will say anything about... people talk about Vladimir Putin killing people all the time openly, not even news.
Yeah.
No one speaks of this? That's scary.
Yeah. It is scary.
Okay. Well, let's move right on to some more slightly scary, not nearly as bad news in the technology world. Google, there's some information coming out about Google's algorithms and how they manipulate search and stuff like that. And, I think for the most part, it's not a huge secret that Google manipulates search. That's kind of their whole business. But the way that they do it in the details, I think, are starting to be a little alarming. They kind of play favorites, it seems like. They kind of maybe play favorites for different companies, for political search terms. What's going on? Should we be alarmed?
Depends.
Okay.
You may not care.
All right.
Google every minute gets 3.8 million search queries, which is nuts.
Yep.
So, Facebook has really been facing the wrath publicly of the government. Google's clearly next up to bat. They,
sorry to interrupt, but I feel like the reason Google gets away with a lot of the transgressions they make,
they don't have a Zuckerberg.
exactly.
Who's
There's no like figurehead.
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, and Sergey and Larry, you never see.
Sergey and Larry's technically chairman,
Yeah,
right? Sundar's the CEO.
yeah.
And
They keep a low profile.
yeah.
I also feel like people don't really realize Googling stuff is a business.
Yeah.
Like, I think you're... Am I wrong? Are you
No,
laughing
you're
at me or
probably
with
right.
me here?
Yeah, you're probably right.
You know
I'm
they
saying,
made
I don't
$30
think-
million in profit last year?
I don't think
$30
your
million.
average person, like, they think, like, oh, this guy runs Facebook. Got it. I know what Facebook is. This guy runs Amazon, and you can put a face on him. But, like, I honestly don't think your average person thinks searching shit.
As a
You're-
business.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to argue that.
Yeah, I hate to say it. And for the record, listeners, I understand that it is. I'm just saying.
Pete's like, what?
Wait a minute.
You make money up, Google.
Yeah, anyway, keep going.
So, couple things. The first is it's clear that, and it's been proven, that they have favored people like Amazon and Facebook because they're probably their biggest spenders. So that was caused when eBay felt like they were getting a short deal on search results that affected their business by $200 million one year, and that became a public thing. The other thing is this one's a really tough kind of line. This is getting into China territory. So they don't like showcasing, harmful, aggressive type search results. So in the autocomplete.
Yep.
So if you did Joe Biden is or Donald Trump is. So when you do it on Google, for example, it says Donald Trump is a horse in a hospital, the 46th president, the president's song, what number president. In DuckDuckGo, which is another search engine, first result, Donald Trump is a moron. Donald Trump is an idiot. Donald Trump is Illuminati confirmed. Donald Trump is the Antichrist. Donald Trump is a president. Awesome. A joke. Fat. That's probably what really people are searching. They're searching the dumb shit. They're not all searching, is Donald Trump the president?
Yeah. Unfortunately, you're probably right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy that someone would type in Donald Trump is the Antichrist into Google, but I mean, it probably is more.
So what Google is saying is
like
we
people-
don't want to put out harmful.
I feel like people type Donald Trump is to see what the rest of the world.
Yeah, or maybe they
It's
type
like
it in
the
500 times
autofill.
so it comes up as an autofill.
Yeah. It's just interesting.
But it's all tailored to you, by the way. Like
Yeah.
Google has so much information on all our searches, so they predict what our autofill is going to be. So everyone's Google experience is unique to them.
Yeah.
That's something to be like very clear.
I do just think there's this really interesting thing going on with like politics, especially in all of these algorithms, or even these slight nudges with all these algorithms. Like the fact that it is true that Twitter and Instagram and these platforms disproportionately ban conservative, sort of extreme opinion people over left-wing people. Like if you look at numbers of who, like their political thoughts sort of go into, you know what I'm saying? So they see it worse that that Donald Trump lied about immigrants than Elizabeth Warren lied about Scooter Braun being similar to, you know what I'm saying? Even though they're both lies, they judge this lie as worse.
But so Ben Horowitz has done a ton of interviews over the last month for his book, and he gets asked the Facebook comment or the question all the time: are they evil? Are they bad? Whatever, because he's publicly a friend of Mark Zuckerberg. His partner sits on the board of Facebook, Mark Andreessen.
Yep.
And his quote is like, look, when Obama won, it was because they effectively used Facebook. And everyone in the liberal media said, Facebook's this incredible engine. Look at who we got elected, the first black president.
Yeah.
And then 8 years later, Donald Trump got elected because he effectively used Facebook in just a different way.
But I think the problem
and
is
people are like, Facebook's evil.
I know, but it was misinformation. If
But
you
to
use
me-
Facebook, that's fine. I don't think if Donald Trump was a wizard at growth hacking on Facebook using truthful information, I don't think anyone would be complaining. It's the fact that it's just blatant lies about things happening on Earth.
But I guess, I mean,
I don't.
It feels to me like saying literally like you can use magic tricks to put on a great show and people love it and applaud you, or you can use magic tricks to deceive and sort of manipulate people. And you know what I'm saying? Like it felt like the way that Obama.
So I'm a very big Obama supporter. We're making the assumption the Obama team just did everything perfectly.
True. No.
Right?
In this argument, we are, and I understand that might not have happened. I think that it's that the narrative, the reason why people are reacting the way that they are is because the narrative is that Obama did, and there hasn't been proof and documentaries and all this stuff about that he didn't. So if he did, then more power to him. There's so much like detail of how manipulative the Trump campaign used it. It's all of the worst things. Like I feel like we're in this moment of like we saw all the great things about social media, all of this whole influencer market, and people build businesses, and now we're in this era of like all of the worst things, and that's what this Google story is about.
If you take politics aside, if you just think about what was going on in the country in 2008, was that Obama?
Yeah.
8, right?
Yep.
2008 and 12, and 16, right? 8 was we're coming off a financial crisis. Everyone wanted hope. So Obama was able to use social media and Facebook to generate this positive like message. Hold on, let me just finish. This positive message. Like all these people are just in despair. Like we need hope. And that was his whole campaign. And he used it effectively. 8 years later, everyone's like, wait, I didn't participate in any of this shit.
Yeah.
So Trump was able to effectively say like negative, like fuck the establishment.
Yeah.
Everything, you guys all got screwed. Yeah. I'm the one that's going to come and fix it.
For sure.
So he agree on the misinformation, agree on all that. It's just about how you use the platform that's readily available to everyone.
Yeah.
He just did it better, sadly.
That's why I'm saying I think that what we're seeing is the dark side. Like I think that, once again, under the assumption that Obama didn't do anything shady.
Yeah.
Hope is a positive message. It's not a promise, right?
Yeah.
It's hope. Like we hope that something great can happen. If Donald Trump's campaign was hate, it would be fair. You'd be like, you know what? Fuck it. At least he said hate.
Yeah, like you should hate these people.
He did. He said hate immigrants, hate
I want to
Muslims.
see one of those like Obey Shepard Fairey photos of Trump's face and say hate. I want that to be his campaign.
His
if he's
entire
being upfront.
campaign was about hate.
I know, but
about being narrow-minded, about anti-immigration.
It wasn't upfront. It was lies.
He was saying that black people are doing this. Muslims are doing that.
He would say that publicly.
I know.
No, but it was literally fake stories about immigrants
on Facebook
sneaking over the border and raping and killing people targeted towards a neighborhood that is, you know what I'm saying, like so manipulative. I don't think Obama purposely. That would be like if we found ads of Obama targeting low-income neighborhoods and saying, "I promise, if I get elected, you'll all get $5,000," and then
like
it
Andrew
didn't come
Yang.
true. Yeah, like it's exactly. It's literally like they're lying and manipulating the worst instincts of people, and it's just it's all within the same game and the same rules. It's just that we're now seeing, like this Google story and Facebook and all this stuff, the worst ways that this stuff can be used.
And the biggest difference is in 2008, because we were on social media then too, people didn't know that you could manipulate people like that yet. We just didn't know. No one on Obama's campaign was that clever on Facebook ads. Otherwise, they'd have a Facebook agency. They weren't. They just were, oh my God.
They were early.
They were just early, but they weren't great at it. I don't think they were great at it. Only years later than people, Cambridge Analytica, like real geniuses, were like, holy shit, we can just manipulate people and make them believe whatever they want.
And you have really smart people to this day claim that Cambridge Analytica had no impact on the election. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Michael Lewis.
Really?
He did a whole podcast how Cambridge Analytica did not have an impact on the election.
I am to the point where, like, I literally had a meeting the other day with a YouTube guy showing me all the, like, how to hack the algorithm for YouTube and how he does it and showing me case by case. It's like the people who know, obviously the people who make the algorithms are in full control.
Yeah.
So Facebook, Google, they control everything.
Yeah.
And then the people who are winning and making the most money and all that stuff are the people who plain and simply know how to hack and ride off the algorithm, not like objectively the best content or objectively
best
the
product.
truth or objectively. It's just algorithm manipulation will be the people who really win in this decade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway.
For the rest of you, you're screwed.
Yeah, for real. I mean, no matter what your business is, figure out how to hack the algorithm of that business.
Yeah.
That's your best. That's my entrepreneur advice of the week.
Good luck to everyone.
Okay, next up, good luck to everyone on this one too. So Mikey Taylor came on a week ago. We talked to him about investments, smart investments. I learned recently that buying a house was not a good investment like we are told that it is. How about this though for an option? Now, it looks like anyone can invest in a small piece of things like Rolexes and Birkin bags. So these luxury items that people say never depreciate, always hold value. Well, good for you, Thomas. You can put $5
Thomas?
Yeah.
Who's
Not
Thomas?
Joe?
Thomas is the name of, where's Joe been?
I've always wanted a
Jesus.
Rolex.
Man,
Joe
okay, good
would
job,
love
Joe.
to own
Good
a
job.
piece of
Listen,
Rolex.
you may
I
not,
have 650.
you have 650, that's great. We're not actually going to send you a piece of metal, but you'll get a certificate.
Oh.
And it's really cool, and it says you own 2.7% of a Rolex somewhere out there in the world.
Great. That's like the stock market, right?
It's exactly like the stock
okay.
market. Yep.
And where's the watch?
It's
It's the same place where your lift stock is. Where's the lift stock?
yeah, where's the lift stock, Joe?
I think you can request a certificate. So
you don't need a certificate. That's fine. Yeah,
Okay,
but you don't
yeah.
get a piece of a car.
That's good enough.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's good enough.
Well, load it
I
up,
just
man.
wanna
Get
have
yourself
It's
a
not like you
Birkin.
own a lift car.
Yeah, you don't own a car. You
But I
don't own a
do
Peloton.
drive.
You sure as hell don't own a Peloton.
No, I can't afford it.
But you know what? You're going to have a certificate for your piece of Peloton, your piece of lift, and your little piece of a Rolex.
Yeah, 650 on a what? $15,000.
Joe's living luxurious. He owns a Peloton, a Rolex.
Great
Jesus
life.
Christ,
Yeah.
Joe.
Yeah, Joe. What's going on here, guys? This sounds insane.
It sounds a little snake oily.
Snake oily to the max. That's the biggest question I had is where is some rich lady in Beverly Hills carrying around your Birkin?
Yeah, so in the stock market, it's all paper transactions. So I give the same argument. My doubt, if I was a layman, I'd be like, all right, well, when you buy a stock, you don't get anything.
Yep.
It's just a piece of paper saying. But there are systems, there's rules, there's regulations.
It's federally regulated.
Yeah, federally. You know that when you buy something, you can publicly sell it pretty easy and get liquid.
in a liquid market. Yeah.
Yep.
When you get $6.50 of a Rolex and you're out one night and you're like, damn, I need to get this Popeyes and I want to dump this Rolex tonight.
Yep. Good luck.
Like, how are you going to do that?
Good luck.
Wait, so who's setting this exchange up?
So there's a couple companies. One is called Rally. Rally Road is, I think, the name of one of the apps. There's another one. There's a few different versions like this where you can buy like sneakers, Rolex, Birkin bags, and own a piece. And the thesis is that young people want to own a piece of culture, items that they cannot have, they want to own.
That's
And
insane.
That is dangerous.
Well, it's dangerous because it's not regulated.
Yes.
The concept is actually, I have no problem with the concept, but if you just do this like half-assed and this like
I want to know where the physical product lives.
Yeah,
I got an idea. Got a good idea. Let's all buy Rolexes.
Yeah.
Crowd fund the purchase.
Yeah,
And then have a list of who owns each of our Rolex, what part
Yeah.
of each of our Rolexes,
Yeah.
and we'll wear them.
we'll wear them.
Post them.
Yeah.
Part of the group chat squad. And
Yeah.
everyone has their certificate.
You own my watch, homie.
Yeah, and you all get to own 0.2%.
people are trying to figure out how to do this with commercial real estate.
Yeah.
So
But I think that'll be federally regulated.
yeah, it should be.
The problem is
because
like-
they want basically the idea is the average
democratize,
investor doesn't have access to great investments because they don't have the capital to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like buying a building that goes up 3x.
Sure.
You have to have, 10 million, 30 million, whatever the number is, right?
So is it like an exchange where you can just I bought this Rolex. I put $6.50 into this Rolex. So the example they used in the article was a person that spent $8.90.
Yeah, the problem
No.
is there's no like, I know the Rolex is being handled properly. He's not at Poppy and get robbed. Like,
Yeah.
I know
or
people
just
get-
bashing it on the table. I mean, and here's the other thing. Rolexes don't appreciate like that.
Some do.
Sure, very few, but yes, they hold their value kind of.
is that the new Instaflex? I own $8 of a Rolex.
Yeah, you just post your certificate.
Yeah.
If you're 16,
I bought a Rolex, a Birkin, and I have the Off-White Air Force Ones. Because the sneaker, so they use the sneaker as an example. Sure, in the last couple of years, the sneaker prices have gone berserk. 10 years from now, are these sneakers going to be worth anything?
And
But
are they
only
even
very-
going,
same with
are they
Rolex,
even
very
going up the
select
way they
one.
used to be? I don't feel like they are.
The right shoes are. That
just
Travis Scott
select
stuff is
few.
going
It's a
nuts.
handful now, right?
Yeah.
It's not like what it used to be.
Like, I don't think Yeezys are reselling.
But
for
they
over-
also go up, and it's kind of like, I don't know, most shoes, like even the big ones, have like the sticker price, the resale price. It doesn't like sit and climb.
Yeah.
Very, very few do that.
Yeah.
Same with Rolexes. Most Rolexes kind of hold value. I bought and sold multiple Rolexes. I lost money on all of them, just not a
Yeah.
lot. Right?
I have a watch that I actually got as a gift 15 years ago. It has actually gone up in value.
Is it gold?
No.
but what about
how
like
much
Patek
value?
Philippe's and stuff? Those go up, right?
Not all of them.
What percentage in 15 years, though? Just curious.
It probably went up.
This makes sense
50%.
in the art world.
It's not a good investment.
In 15 years.
Yeah.
That's
I
what I'm
think
saying.
in art this makes sense. If you can somehow
Yes.
regulate it.
And it was
Because-
held in like a gallery
Yeah,
that is
yeah.
protected and insured.
Yeah. That
I
can
think
make
for
sense to me.
art, it's very interesting. I think real estate. I don't think people want to own like.
I don't think people want to own my Rolex.
No, it's wild. And I think it is so predatory because I do think young people would associate more with a
I feel like
Birkin
it's
or
a
a Rolex.
TikTok challenge. I own a Birkin. You're 16 and own a Birkin.
Big time. Because you associate more with a Birkin than Google sock.
Yeah.
One of the guys, Otis, is one of the services. He said, "Our job isn't to be an investment analyst. Our users' primary motivation is owning a piece of culture. They
So-
want to support the artist. The financial side is just like an added bonus." I'm like, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, it's not at all. And that sounds like you're just waiving
Yes.
responsibility
Yes.
to actually make
It's-
anyone money.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Okay. Well, listen, guys. I think our audience already knows this, but just in case you trickled in somewhere from somewhere else, don't do this. Okay, that's all we got for news. Dee, what about you? You are off to New York this week?
Yeah, so we're doing Sneaker Steve from LS Gray, which we work with, is doing a activation at the Puma store where he's like, Steve's like a real artist. He heat presses the crystals live, and he's doing a talk at 5:15, and then he's doing like a workshop at 6:15.
Yep.
I have 2 tickets to give away to that. You get a hoodie, you get a thing, and Steve will help you. It's like a pretty cool experience. I'm going out there to hang out with him for that event. So come out 5:15. We still have some spots left for that. Pete will post it on Instagram.
New York City.
New York City, 5th Avenue store, I believe. All the details will be on our Instagram, but I'll be in New York. Holler at me.
Holler at Dee.
Maybe I'll have anyone wants to buy me a pizza
How long are you out there for?
one day.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
So you're here Tuesday?
I'm here Tuesday.
So our recording schedule is still the same.
Exactly the same.
Great.
I like that. That's what I like. Make sure your priorities are straight.
They are one in and out.
Okay, in and out. They don't have any of that in New York.
No.
Okay, make sure you subscribe to our newsletter if you haven't. Group-chat.com. Is Taylor back yet?
He's in Paris.
Yeah, he's posting me that dumbass French hat.
Yeah.
You see that?
That beret or whatever.
that was rough.
Damn it, Taylor. Taylor.
He's losing his mind.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, maybe no newsletter then. I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
when he gets back on U.S. soil, we'll be good. Group-chat.com. Make sure if you want to send us any questions that you want answered on our Instagram feed, just take a video on your cell phone in selfie mode. Ask us any question you want. Send it to groupchatquestions@gmail.com. We will answer it here on the group chat set, film it, and post it on our Instagram story. And then, of course, Group Chat Pod on Instagram. That's it, guys. Hope
Great.
everyone has a great week. Stay focused, dream big, and achieve bigger.
Did you hear the new Disney Plus thing?
What?
No.
It's Disney Plus and Thrust now, instead of Netflix and Chill.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a little too
that's a little
sexualist.
more
Too much.
aggressive.
No,
Especially considering
it's kids.
It's kids.
You're a pedophile, Pete.
Gosh,
You know how many people I've
Pete
seen like
Epstein over here.
It should be Disney Plus and Pizza Crust.
Thank you.
Yeah. Chill
yeah,
out.
Disney
more
Pete.
Plus.
children friendly.
Disney Plus and please don't cuss.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right, guys. Have a good week.
Not Disney Plus and give me that bus.
Okay.
What a good
No.